Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are interested in seeing how I slayed this natural looking install from start to finish, stay tuned and I will show you everything that you need to know. I know it's long, but keep watching. Hey you guys, so I got my Superb B wig in the mail. I was calling it Super B wig for long, but it's Superb B wig. And I got it in a 12-inch. And so I'm going to show you guys the lace right here. Sorry, in this video, I do a voiceover because I lost all my audio. But as long as I didn't lose my visual, I don't really care. Because that's all that's important. But okay, this is the wig straight up out the box. So my original plan was to do a very sleek long bob in the front, but when I got it I noticed it was a little short in the front and that wasn't gonna work, so I just scratched that plan. I was like, I'm gonna do a really natural flowy, like full body fluffy look. Like exactly what I had envisioned is exactly what I created. So here I am plucking the hairline. I went in on the hairline, and as you can see here, I'm plucking more behind the hairline than on the hairline. I plucked this wig, you'll see, I plucked it for quite a while, so I know it's gonna be a lot of me plucking, but it's necessary to show you guys all of this, because if you don't understand how much plucking you need to do, you will not get a natural look. And you want to pluck not just on the hairline, but inside the wig, like all through the lace, because you want to thin that top part out so it can be really flowy. If you don't thin it out enough, it will not be flowy. It'll be like just thick and stiff and won't look natural. But anyway, so after I plucked for like 1,000 years, I'm almost done. I flat ironed it, not flat ironed it, sorry. I hot combed it back. You always want to hot comb the hairline back after you satisfy with your plucking, because you want to see what the actual hairline is going to look like, because when it's wet it looks super thin and you might think, oh, I plucked enough, but you really didn't. So you want to let it dry. You want to pluck it wet, let it dry, and then always hot comb it back. No matter what style you're doing, hot comb it back so you can see the hairline to see if you need to pluck more. Okay, here, so I did a whole, that's a lot of hair, like, and that's only 75% of the hair, but I plucked a lot of hair out of the frontal, and so now it's thinner, it's bouncier. So now I'm gonna pluck a little bit more because I wasn't satisfied. Like, I wanted it super natural, super thin, so I plucked a little bit more. And that ball that you seen, I think I created one more of those, so I plucked a whole lot. So you want like one large ball like the one I had, plus a little bit more, because that's only like 75% of what I plucked. But yeah, but anyway, so after I was done plucking to my satisfaction, I went ahead and created the part where I wanted it. And here I'm doing some more plucking. Oh, no, not yet. I'm sorry. I'm doing some more flat ironing. And so I'm flat ironing the wig exactly how I want it on my head. Some people do this on a doll head. I can't do it on a doll head because it's not going to look the same. The doll head don't look like me. It don't fit me. And I need that hairline to be like perfect. So I went ahead and did it on my head, flat ironed on my head. I'm going to do some more plucking on my head too, just a second. So now I'm just cutting this side a little bit more. It was a little longer than I wanted. I cut it mostly off camera, but I didn't do much. Like, I cut it on my head. I tried to do the doll head thing, and I had to end up putting it back on my head. But anyway, so after I took it off my head, I molded it on the doll head. So I did a lot of taking it on and off from my head to the doll head, because I wanted to see some things I couldn't do on myself, like my arms couldn't do it, but the wig needed to be on my head so I could see exactly what it looked like. And I couldn't see that from the mannequin. This is a man mannequin. It looked like a man. It didn't look right. It didn't look like me. So I just had to put it back and forth on me. Okay, so now it's back on my head. I'm gonna like do some flat ironing. I know this looks so, it seems so short on here. This whole process took me about 2 to 3 hours, and I had to shorten this video to 20 minutes. But basically everything I'm showing you is what I did. Now I'm trying to figure out how I want this side to go. If I want it to be fluffy and flowy too, or just like a under the ear kind of just like curl. So that took me a minute because I couldn't figure out what exactly I wanted on that side. Did I want to cut it shorter or what? But I eventually figured out what I wanted. So y'all could just watch me flat iron this if y'all want. And curl it. So now after I got my flat iron and my curl kind of the way I wanted, I cut the ends some more. I did a lot of cutting of the ends because you will not get that feather bouncy full look if the ends are not cut properly. The hair, it needs a nice cut because it's gonna look straggly. So I just went through and I just cut, hack until I got it the way I wanted it. I had to cut the camera a couple of times because I just couldn't get in there the way I wanted to, and I had to cut around my ear because the ear was not cooperating properly. So I just went in and cut around my ear here. And once I did that, it started to fit a lot better, and so I could really see what I was doing. So then I went in and I plucked some more. Like, pluck if you want that natural look. Don't be afraid to pluck. Don't over pluck, but don't be afraid to pluck, because I just did not want my hair to look wiggy. Like, my whole goal, like I said, was to have a very natural look. So here I'm just creating my flyaways / baby hairs and trying to figure out exactly what I wanted on that side. If I wanted baby hairs, if I wanted to just fall like that. But I finally got it together, and I was starting to like love the way it was coming out. So here So here I'm razoring this side. It was a little too thick for me, and because it was so thick, it wasn't curling the way I wanted. So I wanted to be really light on that side, so I went through and I just razored and thinned it out a lot, so it could have a bouncy foley look on that side. Like if it's thick, it's not gonna look natural. So makeup, and now it's time for me to apply the wig. I just applied some glue. You've seen this method over and over again with the cap. I did not do the molding of the cap on my head, and I've explained why before. I don't like molding that cap on my head, and I can make it look just as natural if I mold it down or not. So I just went ahead and put some glue on and slapped it on because I was going to a party that night, and I wanted to take that wig off that night. So yes, I did glue it down very lightly. I really didn't use a lot of glue at all. I did a small layer, and because I came home that night and I took the wig off. So and the glue, and it came off right with the Aisha glue I got at the beauty supply. It came right off with just some alcohol. So here I'm just applying the wig like you've seen 1,000 times. Okay, so now I started struggling with these baby hairs. I really hate baby hairs, and if you watch my other videos, I talk about it all the time, and it's really because I don't know how to do them, and I don't think they look right. But on this particular unit, for some reason, I just knew they could kind of handle the baby hairs, and I was like, let me start off real light. Let me just do a little bit of baby hair, and it really came out really good. Like right here, I'm kind of struggling to figure out how much baby hairs I want. And you're gonna watch. I'll struggle for a minute. I cut a lot of that out. I think I worked on my baby hair alone for like 30 minutes. And so here you're not gonna see me work on it for very long, but I worked on them lids for hella long. So I'm just working on my baby hairs and trying to get it right. Still working on my baby hairs, as you can see. So now I got my baby hairs to my liking. I'm just gonna wrap it up and let the glue set in and let the baby hairs lay while I clean up for a little bit. Okay, y'all, it is done. Okay, in here I was explaining everything and the whole process, yada 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 yada. I had some really good information. I don't remember what I was saying in this, but it really don't matter. I think I went on and on about how I struggle with my baby hairs and how I hate baby hairs, but how I really love the unit, and it came out really really good, and I'm really happy and all that jazz. But I just talked about all the man hours it took to actually cut this wig, and it took me about, I would say altogether, about 3 hours to do this wig. The cutting, the molding, the plucking, everything. And how I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm still playing with it. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I like about the unit, and you know, I like 95% was liking it at this point. But of course, when you first do your hair, it takes some minutes to kind of get used to it and play with it and, you know, flip it and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I'm just explaining that at this part, and I wish you could hear the audio, but I was just talking, and girl, that audio was gone. But anyway, I just want you guys to just look at the unit, look at the way it moves, and just love it like I do. So if you have any questions, any suggestions, please like, share, subscribe. Look out for more videos. Tell me what you liked about this unit, what you didn't like, and I'll be back with more videos. Thank you guys.